Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now October 17th of 2023, and as you all know, there's been a lot of headbutting happening between both Disney and Comedy Central over the whole South Park fiasco. We know that South Park is in the complete right here, and Disney is in the wrong for taking steps toward, of course, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. And we know that there's a lot of problematic situations happening between both Disney and Comedy Central over their upcoming event that, by the way, is going to take place on October 27th. That's called Into the Panderverse. That's going to take a big jab against gender swapping and race swapping in woke Hollywood. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Disney, and specifically the higher-ups and Bob Iger, the CEO, I like to call him Bob Liger, by the way, the guy always likes to lie, you know, in and out of everything. But what's interesting about this ongoing development has a lot to do with what has been happening between Disney and Comedy Central. Now, we talked about this a couple of days ago, that a meeting was taking place between Iger and the higher-ups over at Disney, along with the Comedy Central executives and CEO, as well as South Park Studios and their parent organization, Paramount Global, over their jab at Snow White, The Little Mermaid, the concept of race swapping and gender swapping, which really Disney kickstarted. That was really all them in the beginning, and how they really doubled down on all of that with Tinkerbell, Snow White, The Little Mermaid, and a lot more to come in the future as well. Now, this is where matters get even worse, as Disney is now looking to taking legal action against South Park, against Comedy Central, and to be honest, guys, they're not going to succeed. You know, Comedy Central is like bulletproof. They have gone through so many different lawsuits, so many different legal actions by different organizations or studios to no avail. Now, on top of this, with the ongoing drama happening between Disney and Comedy Central regarding the South Park episode Panderverse that mocks woke Hollywood with swapping of genders and race, one major development has to do with Disney's actions against Comedy Central in a crucial update. As it turns out, recently during one of Disney's meetings with Comedy Central that took place regarding their concerns with the Panderverse episode, Disney higher-ups are reportedly calling for Trey Parker and Matt Stone to stand down after learning from their Comedy Central contacts that Parker and Stone are planning to mock Disney once again with the return of their parody of Mickey Mouse in 2024 for a new event premiere. Disney is already making threats to sue against Comedy Central, not just for their parody of woke Hollywood and for race swapping and gender swapping, but for their knowledge that they recently obtained of Comedy Central's locked-in plan to doing a full-on jab against Disney's Mickey Mouse, destroying franchises like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and the Marvel Universe, that's now in the works by Parker and Stone. Disney reportedly is fighting back against Central, regardless over their protection from parody and free speech. Disney has been making unrealistic demands for Parker and Stone to actually stand down or else type of scenarios. Now guys, let me say one thing about this before I get to the next big piece about this development. Now, we have not seen a parody of Mickey Mouse in years by South Park and by Comedy Central, and you know what? That episode where Mickey Mouse was actually depicted as this, you know, person that was like very controlling over the Jonas Brothers and had all these secret agendas. It was brilliant, it was perfect, and it was just a golden opportunity by Comedy Central to take a jab at Disney. Well, here we have it now. There is something brewing behind the scenes between Parker and Stone. They're taking their well-deserved time on this one, and they want to make this debut in 2024 that's going to, once again, bring back Mickey Mouse next year to take a full jab at what Disney has done throughout the past number of years to Star Wars, to the Marvel Universe, and of course to Indiana Jones. Don't be too surprised if they bring back George Lucas and Steven Spielberg in a very interesting way again for 2024. I would not be too shocked about that. Now again, the specifics about that event are very unclear. It's said to be just as direct and offensive in Disney's eyes as the panderverse episode. And you know what? That's what I love so much about Parker and Stone. And I've said this before. They like to take jabs at everybody. Nobody is protected by Parker and Stone. And it's equal, you know? I mean, it really is equal. They take jabs at both sides. You know, whether you're all for, you know, the nonsense by Disney or not, they're gonna actually poke fun at everybody. So, on top of this is where matters get even more severe, is that Disney has been making unrealistic demands for Parker and Stone to stand down or else type of scenarios, and though Disney may not win any kind of a lawsuit, they are looking into taking some form of legal action to do something against Comedy Central, in which in itself is unrealistic and would go nowhere. Iger is reportedly furious with Comedy Central as the panderverse was motivated by what Disney was recently doing, or what they did with The Little Mermaid, Tinkerbell, Snow White, along with other major Hollywood studios doing similar actions of their swapping of agendas. Now, Disney is set to hold yet another meeting next week involving with South Park's Panderverse episode ahead of its debut on October 27th, and it's not looking to go in Disney's favor at all. Iger is already clashing with Comedy Central's CEO and other executives over there that he holds connections with, which is why these meetings are progressing into next week to begin with. Parker and Stone have no intentions to halt their parody of Disney, both for this year and the return of Mickey Mouse for 2024, in yet another event by Comedy Central. Now again, we're not quite sure what the title of this event is going to be by Comedy Central for 2024, featuring the return of Mickey Mouse, but you can absolutely bet it's going to be brilliant, and it's going to be one of the most, I feel, respected episodes or events, whatever you want to call them, by South Park in the past number of years. And I will say this again, Into the Panderverse is going to be the highest rated South Park animated event / episode in a very long time. Because this is something that has been needed to get called out for a very long time. You know, all this swapping nonsense, all of this craziness within the Hollywood bubble, it's finally going to reach out to normal people. You know, right now, you know, there are people on the internet that are aware about all these agendas by the Hollywood studios, but there's a lot of normal people that are not fully aware about this. What Comedy Central is about to do, and what Parker and Stone are about to do, is that they're about to make that mainstream. They are about to make that concern about all these agendas by Hollywood studios like Disney. They are going to make this common knowledge, even to the normies out there. It's going to be embedded in their minds after October 27th. And you know what? That's exactly why Disney is threatened about this, or they feel threatened about that, and why they are taking unrealistic legal actions against Comedy Central. That's going to go nowhere, by the way. Like I said earlier in this post, Comedy Central is bulletproof by freedom of speech and parody. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
From night